We've been talking about right speech, the sila of speech. The Buddha recognized that it takes work, deliberate work, to speak in a manner that is harmless, blameless, kind, and wise. He recognized that we needed guideposts. I know I do. The ephemeral world of words, concepts, and ideas is tricky terrain. Words come quickly, easily, moving along the superhighways of neurons. In a flash, we've spilled the beans. We've blurted out the very comment we swore we wouldn't say. And as I mentioned the other day, we don't treat words as sacred, powerful, or recognize them as medicine or as weapons. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Oh, but names and words can and do hurt. We are casual, grow more casual with our words as time goes on. Oh my, I bristle every time someone is labeled too sensitive. Perhaps others are not sensitive enough. Let's turn the mirror in both directions and have a look. That's more honest, the messy truth of reality. Well, gratefully, the Buddha offered a number of simple and practical guidelines to help us discern when and how to speak. The Vaka Sutta, a statement sutta, says, monks, a statement endowed with 5 factors is well spoken, not ill spoken. It is blameless, unfaulted by knowledgeable people. Which 5? It is spoken at the right time. It is spoken in truth. It is spoken affectionately. It is spoken beneficially. It is spoken with a mind of goodwill. A statement endowed with these 5 factors is well spoken, not ill spoken. It is blameless, unfaulted by knowledgeable people. Okay, so let's look at these guideposts and let's see how they might be relevant to us right now. Mindfulness practice says, check it out, ehipassiko. So that's what we'll do. Timelessness, the guidepost of timelessness, is saying, check out the timing of our words, of when we speak. When others speak, any words that are written or spoken. Look at the speech through the lens of timeliness. Again, remember, like I'm a nurse and I'm a psychotherapist. I hear a lot of things. I hear a lot of human moments. So what would you say, for example, about trying to have a meaningful conversation with someone who's drunk or really angry or upset or anxious, reactive, tired? Or how about when you feel tired, upset, angry, anxious, defensive, reactive, to say or think anything meaningful, let alone kind, right? Do you want to have a meaningful conversation just then in the heat of the moment? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Soothe yourself, but not now. No talking now. Later, yes, but now is not the right time. Know this. Experientially know this. It's for your welfare and the welfare of your close relationships. Guideline number 2, truthfulness, honesty. Why is that important? Well, how would you characterize the political rhetoric of recent times, of this modern, so-called civilized world? Honest? Trustworthy? Where do you go to find honest, trustworthy information? That's a good line of inquiry. Enough said. Guideline number 3, words spoken affectionately. I say that word and I can't even help but smile. And I smile even wider, a little wider, because of the brilliance of that word, how Bhante Analayo uses it in his guided meditations. When the mind wanders and you notice it, smilingly return to the body breathing, right? Right in the word. We hear the emphasis on that word and it conveys something, an attitude of warm-hearted affection. The orientation of the heart, the tuning of it towards the feeling of goodwill. affectionately, smilingly. Smiling plays on that word. It conveys it right into the heart. Talk nicely to yourself. Smilingly when you see an error. Make a correction with appreciation and gratitude. Speak to yourself as if a dear friend would. Speak to those around you, the ones closest to you, the ones we encounter in our daily communications of DMs and IMs and texts and email and FaceTimes and Skypes and Zooms and random encounters in the community as you go about getting groceries and mail, as you go to the doctors, smilingly, affectionately, tuned to that sensibility before you let the fingers go wild or the words fly out. Affectionately. Try that. Ehi Pasico. Guidepost number 4. Using the lens of usefulness, of helpfulness, whether the words are indeed beneficial. Are they for you or are they for me? Telling someone to be quiet, is that for you or is that for me? Giving someone all the reasons that they should meditate and how helpful it is if only they did it. Right? Those are futile words. Telling someone who is anxious to relax or upset to calm down is surely not going to yield the results you hope for. Imagine parents, teachers, elders talking to children, teenagers, young adults as each navigates this fragile time in history. When is it useful to speak? To speak up? When are words themselves useful or divisive? Ask. Keep asking. Check in. Are they useful, leading to less stress, or are they leading toward more connection, toward more ease of well-being? Consider from that angle. Guidepost number 5. Are the words yours, mine, theirs, written, spoken, repeated, with a mind of goodwill, with the deliberate intention of not causing harm? At the very least, not causing harm, and directionally, look for the kindness of the words and the thoughts themselves. What is it like when someone close to you slights you? When they perhaps still in a bad mood, still angry with you, poke fun at you in a way that only a rare few can, and consciously, half consciously, unconsciously, feigned unconsciously, hit the exact trigger point. We generally know when goodwill is on the scene or not. And we know when someone's made a, quote, honest mistake that they didn't mean, but did it anyway. Okay, ouch, that did hurt, as Bill and I like to sometimes say, with more or less flair, I will add. A few years ago, I was I used to have a lot of fun with this, and I was really into dramatically imagining removing a dagger from my chest every time Bill said something sort of really ouch-worthy. So, it was like, have fun with it. But start to get that feel for when it feels like ill will and when it feels like goodwill. Are the words arising from a mind that is aware of the residue of yuck that can't be neatly resolved as you edit the first draft of the email you are writing instead of calling or texting because you realize that you need to slow the process down? Okay. Then slowly remove the fingers from the keyboard and wait a little while longer. Let that upset part be seen and held as you write those words. Otherwise, it may be laced with sarcasm, right? Goodwill is not just an attitude of the heart. It's a mindset. It's a mind oriented and aimed, oriented toward and aided by the understanding of non-harm and of our interconnectedness. We train the mind to consider our thinking through the lens of non-harm. We're not there yet. We're training it to do that. Do I have my own and the other person's welfare and well-being in mind as I write this email? Or is my agenda just to get the point across? Or is it actually to cause harm in equal measure? Check it out and check it out again. Keep periodically going back and checking into what your intention really is and the choice of the words. Is the mind oriented toward safety, trust, and well-being before we utter a sound or write a word? Look, listen, feel. No one else can really know but you. Adjust accordingly. Wisdom asks, what needs to be said and what is the best way to say it, given the audience, given the context, given where they're coming from and given where we're coming from? What would be for our collective welfare? This is goodwill. Again, the 5 considerations. Are the words timely? Are they truthful? Are they offered affectionately? Are they beneficial? Are they useful? Are they spoken with a mind oriented toward goodwill? Helpful guideposts, I'd say, especially right now. My mind, when I was writing those words, this song came to my mind. Still relevant after all these years. It's still relevant, these considerations. So for your reflection today, that's enough.